Pasito tum tum, pasito tum tum, pasito tum tum.
I love the Jurassic Park movies. Well, just the first one. These are the movies that introduced my interest on dinosaurs. They were fun adventures that captured the essence of wonder and fear about these creatures. And they made for some awesome toys. One of my favorite moments is whenever they expeditioned the dinosaurs. I felt like I was learning and becoming an expert on them, as if I was watching Animal Planet. But then I realized since last week that not everything I've been told about them was actually real. So in this video, I'll be breaking my traditional classic modern comparison to point out some of their misrepresented facts about these creatures and some of their dino bull in Jurassic Park.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
We open up with one of the famous dinosaurs of all time, Tyrannosaurus. Definitely the T-Rex was the most popular dinosaur of all the movies. He was the most frightening, most ferocious, and hates cars. Even the name Tyrannosaurus means king of the lizard tyrants. But that doesn't mean the T-Rex was presented accurately in the movies. While it is true they had the best nose senses on the planet, in Jurassic Park, for some reason, they struggle with sight.
Keep absolutely still. Can't see us if we don't move.
Now, this might be unfortunate for some to hear, but according to a research they made with the T-Rex skeleton, they discovered that not only could they see fine, but they had the best visual sight, better than the hawks or eagles. So if you ever wanted to confront the T-Rex and your idea was to stand still, hoping he couldn't see you, well, here's some advice for you. Run! Because if there's any advantage you have to survive, is running, since their weight and size wouldn't allow them to run as fast. Only, don't stay too close to them. And don't stand there like an idiot, because eventually he will bite you in the ass like he did to the lawyer. Presenting the first dinosaur introduced in Jurassic Park, the Brachiosaurus. This warm-blooded herbivore has been presumed to be the largest walking dinosaur on the planet. But unfortunately, it falls short to the Sauroposeidon, followed by the Brachiosaurus as the crown winner of the largest dinosaur. The movies have introduced a few variations of long necks, but with their height, it is stated that Brachiosaurus could have reached over a lifespan of 100 years. The only minimal flaw they show in the movie is when the Brachiosaurus stands in two legs like an elephant reaching for its food. That wouldn't have been the case with a real one. Their weight would have made it so difficult to walk fast, not to say stand so effortlessly in two legs. Still, not a huge flaw. Up next, we have the most colorful dinosaur in the movie, Dilophosaurus. While this dinosaur had the least amount of screen time in Jurassic Park, it had enough expedition to make you feel you're all of a sudden an expert in Dilophosaurus. It's first introduced as a tiny little pet-like carnivore that had flint in its neck to show his aggression, and spits poison to paralyze its prey. But the true Dilophosaurus was far from any of the facts they pasted like that flower in its neck. It didn't have fins that could burst out of their neck just like in the movie. You can look up by a simple Google search for its skeleton. They also didn't spit poison out of their mouths since there is no evidence they could do such thing, and there were no tiny animals either. These were large predators that had no need for poison or fins to look intimidating. These were all fabrications by Steven Spieldberg to make them look more horror-like. I don't know, wouldn't it have been enough by making them bigger? And what's with that flower-looking thing? Maybe it was their first openly gay dinosaur. Up next, we have the villain that took out the T-Rex, the Spinosaurus. Solely made famous for snapping the T-Rex neck. For the longest time, majority believed that the T-Rex was the largest carnivore of all time. It was then discovered that this spine lizard surpassed the T-Rex in size, reaching from 50 feet long when the T-Rex was 42 feet long. For that, it was decided to make him the villain of the third sequel. Most of their diet was fish since they lived under the water. But it doesn't mean they wouldn't go out to hunt larger prey. There isn't that many convoluted facts about the Spinosaurus since they don't describe him that much in the sequels. These are just a few facts you should know. Now we move on to the winged reptilian, the Pteranodon. I know exactly what you're all thinking. What's up with that T-Rex head in Jurassic World? Coming from the fourth sequel that had hybrid dinosaurs, there was sort of a confusion whether this bird was another mix of hybrid or an actual dinosaur. Well, in actuality, this was a real-life dinosaur. Introducing the Dimorphodon, a winged bird with the head of a sharp-teethed reptile, just another variation of the Pteranodon family species. Maybe got confused by a hybrid for how badly designed this was. Speaking of teeth, in Jurassic Park 3, they showed the Pteranodon with teeth, when the real Pteranodon wouldn't have any teeth. Its name literally means toothless. Well, at least they gave us a fun death scene in Jurassic World. And finally, we have the smartest dinosaur capable of opening doors, the Velociraptor. These were the most exposition dinosaurs in the whole franchise. According to the movies, they were smart, they were fast, they were huge, they hunted as a pack, they had claws, they had bird-like qualities, and because they were the most over-detailed in the whole franchise, they were the most overloaded in the whole franchise. First off, after the release of the first movie, it was discovered that raptors were actually covered up in feathers instead of scaly reptile skin. In Jurassic Park 3, they attempted to make them look more like birds when they gave them that mocha on top of their heads. Second, Velociraptors were no huge animals either. In fact, they were no bigger than the size of a turkey. This is where Steven Spielberg took liberties when he based the look of the Velociraptor on another taller raptor, the Deinonychus. But the Deinonychus was renamed as the Velociraptor because it sounded more intimidating, more marketable, and easier to pronounce than Deinonychus. And while there is evidence that they were pack hunters, in fact they might have been scavengers to smaller prey, there is no evidence that they were the smartest creatures on the whole planet. Maybe if there were any fossils of them opening doors, perhaps.
Hey, CF Willie right here. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to some of my movie review friends in YouTube. Here's a shout out to Real School, The Rabbit Hole, Leah Heather Reviews, Man vs. Movies, and Mick Bland Entertainment. You can find their links in the description box down below. Go and subscribe and watch their content, it's very good. And if you like this video, leave a like and subscribe for more content. And tune in next time because I'll be answering the question everybody's been asking for. What is Hello Dolly's place in Wall-E? Until then, see you next time.
Pasito tum tum, pasito tum tum.